and welcome back to Speak On It podcast. I am your host tonight, Podcast Poppy. I'm running the show while Big Mike is rushing to get to his house from South Carolina in the airport in New Jersey to hold it down for this Game 5 recap of the Golden State Warriors versus the Boston Celtics. I'm not alone, though. I am able to scrounge out and find one of our Boston sports correspondents, the one and the only Blackheart. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So,
first thing I gotta do with this. That's what the fuck I had to deal with today.
Yeah, not a great performance by the Boston Celtics tonight. They had a great third quarter, but not great after that because the first half was brutal. First quarter ends with a shooting foul, and then Ime Udoka getting a technical foul. Second quarter is much of the first, where it's just 16 points going into halftime, and then what I thought was one of the worst officiated quarters in the playoffs, the third quarter, where I think there was 19 foul calls called just in the fucking third quarter alone. It was just ridiculous that the refs couldn't swallow their whistle for 2 minutes to let these guys play. It's like that's where it's like, all right, you're involving yourself in the game. I'm gonna need you to fucking stop. But all in all, how are you feeling right now, Blackheart?
Well, pretty let down, pretty disappointed. It was gonna be a tough task going into Game 5 and Golden State in their backyard. By the way, let's just get to know this, folks. I guess for my cousin Trey, whatever that he said in the last episode was the fact that we are a better away team than a home team. I guess you can't speak about this now because I'm sorry. We dropped the ball when it comes to this performance. We had a red hot hand in the third quarter, caught up, extended that lead to 5 to 6 points, and you could have cruise shifted it from there. But then all of a sudden, the turnovers came. We are the turnover kings in this whole entire playoff series. Turnovers. And for some weird reason, somehow, miraculously, we won certain games that we should have never won at first. Now, looking at this tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth quarter killed. The fourth quarter was what massacred us, from the turnover to Wiggins even sticking on Tatum and making him shoot an air ball.
A few air balls.
Two air balls. That should say enough right there to what the fuck time that Wiggins is on. And I said this to my coworker here, that this was the best trade that they did for that season. Get rid of Russell, the Angelo Russell, got rid of him, got back Wiggins, and transformed him to the star that he is and what everyone was expecting him to become. That was the X factor when it came to this game, because he had 26 points, 12 rebounds, and he played both sides of the floor miraculously. Stephen Curry couldn't even miss. But the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, Tatum. I can't fathom this thing enough. I don't give a shit if you are the leading fucking scorer. This is why you have a team for. Okay? That's number one. And number two, you let this man, Draymond Green, punk your bitch light-skinned ass. You let that man punk you until all of a sudden you try to do the whole little wop flail and try to walk away with the ball like you trying to take a ball and go home, bro? No. You gave him what the fuck that he wanted, what the fans wanted. They know that you're not vulnerable. They know that you're not mentally tough. If you're not mentally tough like Kobe was, especially in that type of adversity where you might, okay, I'm gonna bust your ass and I'm gonna just play, I'm gonna just play my game to win this game to show you ain't shit, bitch. You are not winning the series. They got punked. Tatum got punked by Draymond Green before he even went down for the sixth foul with the last 3 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? So Brown, he disappeared. Brown fucking disappeared this game. Brown fucking disappeared. Brown
it's
fucking
almost
disappeared
like I've been
this
saying
game.
that.
Brown disappeared this game. I don't know where the fuck my man was. Tatum had close to 30, but look how many shots it took him to get them to that 30 piece.
He shot 50% tonight.
there were certain free throws that we should have made that we missed, especially from Tatum, especially for Smart. And I said, there's no way that we're going to win this game now. You cannot lose opportunities like this, especially with the third quarter. Like you said, 19 fouls were called. Like they were trying to give us a chance to really try to play our game, catch up, and try to extend this lead, and have to fight to protect that lead to go into Game 6. Except we got the reverse. Warriors, Wiggins, Steph. I don't know what the fuck Clay was. Clay kind of disappeared too, but that's neither here or there. Because
let's rephrase that one, friend. Clay had a very quiet 21 on the 50% shooting.
And like I said, I don't know what the fuck my man was, because you don't really see that. Like him just losing in the mix, because now Wiggins was going off. Jordan Poole was going off to a certain extent. Of course, you know Curry was going to be leading the goddamn charge. And even we have Draymond
he
being
played like shit tonight.
Yeah. Yo, listen. During the last quarter, he played like complete shit. Like, what the fuck was going on with Curry?
He went 7 for 22 and 0 for 9 from 3.
And then again, but look who led the charge in that victory. Wiggins. And this is what we said that we had, but only if it depends on the team that we faced. Warriors can do the same thing to almost every single damn team. One night, Steph Curry can go off for 40. Klay Thompson can go off for 30, 35 points. Wiggins can give you close to 30 if he wanted to, if you give him the opportunity. And it really depends on the team that he faced. Jordan Poole, it got to be miraculously that he's shooting the lights out like he playing like no fucking tomorrow. It's hurt. You know? And then they have a pretty in-depth bench with Gary Payton coming off the bench too. So this was Golden State's game to win. As much as I hate having to say that sentence, but yes, it was their game to win. We could have snagged one, but I have a funny feeling, and I told this to someone earlier too, because I think that this whole thing is built on the whole ratings gimmick and shit. This is going to go to a Game 7 situation. For some weird fucking reason, it's going to go to a Game 7, because I just think they'd rather have the winner win in their respectable home instead of winning it away. And more importantly, what's on Sunday for Game 7? Father's Day. Well, most dads are going to be chilling, being pampered and thrown up and shit like that, and then they get to watch again to end the night. Come on. And majority of these basketball players, they're dads themselves, so you know it's a memorable thing to try to embrace. So that's what I'm expecting to go down. If this is going to go to a Game 7, Celtics is going to win Game 6. So obviously, there's no way that they're going to try to lose the fuck at home, especially with the rabbit face that we have. They're not going to try to allow that. They will not accept that. So you have to get at least one more. But for Game 7, for some weird fucking reason, and I'm going to just do a coin flip with this. It's going to be Klay. That's going to be the game that Klay Thompson is going to come out to say, look at what the fuck I've been at. And look what the fuck I did in one game to solidify this win. And now we are 4-time champions.
Unfortunately for you, Blackheart.
Don't say unfortunately for me. Say unfortunately to my cousin who's not even here to even speak his piece tonight.
Unfortunately for you, Blackheart, Game 6 Klay is a real thing. And y'all are going into a Game 6 elimination game with Klay Thompson, who has been shooting better and better every game since Game 2, and he's had the best game of his this playoff series so far with 21 on 50% shooting.
Now,
a very quiet 21.
Okay. Now I understand that, but here's what I'm thinking differently for. Like tonight, Wiggins played a great game over anybody. Right? And he was the one that was going from back and forth from both ends of the floor. That's noticeable compared to what you just said about Klay. 21 silent points, but people don't really talk about that, right? It's all about
They're not going Curry. To. It's going to be, Steph Curry, not tonight.
But more importantly, Curry is the face of that team, no matter the fuck what. Klay is supposed to be what the fuck he is. I mean, Klay is supposed to be what the fuck that he is, a co-star. That's what a co-star do. They, you know what I'm saying? They got to give you that balance. The main motherfucking figure is gonna be the one that's gonna give you the 35 to 40 point performances. As we already been trajectorying for Steph Curry already, what he did in Game 4, giving you that 42 piece that made you really say, "Oh, he's gonna be MVP for fucking sure."
Oh, he absolutely.
Now with this game, Wiggins is now somewhat in that conversation still.
No, he's not. I don't think so. Before
three
tonight's game, Clay.
for 3 games he played decently well. He scored, he defended against people bigger than him, and still gave him a run for his money.
Before tonight, Steph Curry was averaging 35 points a game.
I don't care, bro. That's
great shooting,
bro. That's called star power too.
And sometimes when it comes to this award,
right? But when it comes to this award, they always give the people with star power first. Some random ass person, sometimes, like for instance, when Iggy had won the MVP, when they won, I think the first time, no one was expecting him to win that joint.
He shouldn't,
right?
Have.
No one expected that.
He shouldn't.
That was only one time, I think, in a decade, an unsung hero had won that Most Valuable Player award in the finals series.
Well, it was. So Iggy got one, and then Kawhi in San Antonio got it.
But Kawhi
averaged like 13.
Yeah, but Kawhi was slowly turning into the face of that Spurs team as Tim Duncan was walking out the door.
That was his time.
And Ginobili was walking out the door, and Tony Parker was walking out. He was the brand new face.
But you don't give it the Finals MVP to a guy who averaged 13 points. The same way with Iguodala, you don't give Finals MVP to a guy who averaged 8 points.
I really think is what they do in these games. Seriously, that's all that I think about.
I mean, out of 5 games, Steph's played one bad game.
Like fuck the score, right? Fuck the score, fuck the points. Let's look at all the people who we think that they are. What contribute to their wins in their respectable games? Wins and losses. Okay. Curry may have had like a 23-point loss in game 1, but game 2 he bounced back with how much? I think it was like 32.
It was 32.
Yeah. And then you move on to the next
30 something in the first game.
Yeah, something like that. But no matter the fuck what, I look at it from not just offense, but what do you do defense wise to keep that star player down, to keep to keep the co-star down, to keep Marcus Smart, to meet the defensive player of the year on his toes. I think everyone is just looking at it like a committee. It's just basically saying, look, whoever that scores the most, they just automatically just win it. I rather look at it from offense and defense and what particularly the memorable moments. Because finals is all about memorable fucking moments. What memorable moments can they really say, we can put this shit in the video package? Oh, this guy, that guy, and that guy.
I was about to say every deep 3-pointer that Steph Curry hit on Al Horford and Time Lord. Every single one. So here's the thing. Like, if the Warriors win the NBA Finals, your number 1 is Steph, your number 2 is Clay, and there's is Wiggins, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But, like, it's a 70-30. We're like, Steph, it's absolutely 70-30 because the last 2 games Wiggins have been great.
No, listen, it's good.
Wiggins 20-point, 18, his 20-point, 16 rebound game just so happened to come on the same night Steph drops 43. So it's like, it's tough to give that to anybody else.
Right.
Steph's going to walk away with this award.
Steph to me is like 85%.
Yeah.
The 50%, 5 of it goes to Andrew, 5 of it goes to Clay, and 5 of it goes to Poole. That's how I look at it. Steph is the driving force of that offense. As I said this, the game fucking won. I said this already. You take out Steph. Who else is going to step up? All signs is going to point over to Clay because he's been in the second longest. He came in the year after you brought in Curry. So you know you're going to shut him down next. But what about the other X Factor players? The players that come off the bench, like the Gary Paytons and shit like that. The ones that can really drive the lane in, and score on you or shoot on you. Those are the players that you need to look out for and watch out for. That's why I was saying that to myself. I'm like, don't knock out Wiggins, but everyone is going to be focused on these 3, especially Poole, because now he's part of that whole Splash Brothers committee. As they want to try to project that ass. You know what
I'm saying? So, for me, the 2 best players on the court tonight were Tatum and Wiggins, right? Tatum may not have played great to everybody's standards, but Jason Tatum went out there, scored 27 on 50% shooting, had 10 rebounds, had 4 assists, and played relatively well.
Yeah, he played relatively well, but mentality-wise, he got burnt out. He was fried.
What we need to do...
He got punked like a kid.
He was gassed.
Dude, it's not about being gassed too. Dude, okay, no, okay, listen. Draymond was sticking him a good portion of this game,
Well,
right? You can tell
Draymond was
defensively
sitting
wise.
there on Brown most of the game. Wiggins was on Tatum.
And then they switched off. But
Yes.
I mean,
Primarily Draymond is on.
but from what I was able to catch up, it was normally Tatum and Brown. Tatum and Green.
Wiggins. It was Tatum
Yeah,
Wiggins.
and then Wiggins and Brown, and then they switched off.
Yes, on screens.
That's what I was seeing, and then I was like, okay, this is gonna be a problem for him. This is gonna be a problem for him. Somehow, some way, and then the way that the way that my man Tatum tried to go into so many driving lanes, knowing that he's about to get doubled, and then Jaylen Brown gets doubled, and then now when they try to pass out, they get tipped the fuck over.
We got a bum sighting in the chat. He's saying the game's rigged. There's nothing rigged about it. Stop lying. Tatum shot 2 air balls all night. Why don't you do me a favor, Anthony? Since now that you're live on the show, why don't you come in here and catch smoke? Unless you don't want to.
Don't do it, man.
And everybody, don't let this picture fool you. He ain't that thin. You ain't that thin in person.
Nah. But Draymond fucking punked Tatum though too.
Towards the end of the game, he did.
You know how Draymond plays. And I just said to myself, bro, if you're not gonna be mentally tough enough, man, then this kind of gave me this whole Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, the Jordan Rule scenario. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play physical. So you gotta play physicality when it comes to this Warriors team, especially with Draymond, because Draymond is the type of person that's gonna test you and throw you off your game. And that's what he does. That's his MO. And people want to say that he talks so much shit. Why you think that? And you let the man got to you. So when I seen the whole Flair walking, Flair walking away with the ball and everything like that, I said to myself, God damn it.
Anthony, get in here. If you're going to keep talking to the chat, get in here.
Enoch, please come in here. Because like I said, I was saying this about Tatum. Like Tatum in the fourth quarter, he
wasn't great in the fourth quarter. But the fact that he wasn't great in the fourth quarter and still...
He melted the fuck down. The whole defense fell the fuck apart in the fourth quarter. Period.
The person, to me, that deserves more heat than Tatum here is Jaylen Brown. And that's not even... This is all my Jaylen Brown bias goes aside, right? He shot 5 for 18 from the field, 0 for 5 from the field, 0 from 5 for 3, and had 5 turnovers. And the fact that on commentary, there was nothing being said about it.
Turnovers.
They were terrible.
They were terrible. 16 turnovers in one quarter is what the fuck. That it was bound to happen. And then you know how the Warriors are when it comes to these turnovers. They will make you pay.
They eat
off those things.
The thing that people need to realize, right, is before we continue, Draymond Green played himself a hell of a game. And it's not even has to do with stats or points or anything because he impacts the game so much more than on the stat sheet, right? He came out in the first quarter aggressive on both sides of the ball. So much so that Jaylen Brown started off the game 1 for 5, taking bad shots and turning over the ball early. Because if you take a look, I think it was Van Gundy shouted it out. He was like, hey, every time Jaylen Brown goes left, he turns over the ball or he shoots a bad shot. And Draymond knows that. He watches a ton of film. He's one of the smartest basketball players in the world.
And people may not think that about my bro.
Let's go. Get this guy in here.
I'm about to say that there was a reason why they called Draymond Green one of the dirtiest players in the game. I think he took that philosophy for so many ex-dirtiest players, and he's like, I got to just redefine that role in this modern day basketball.
Mm-hmm. He played great, man. He played great.
He played okay.
Brown work. He made Brown work.
He played
in
okay.
That first half.
I think it was more Brown than
he didn't turn over the ball like he did in the past games, and then he shot 4 shots all night and didn't do what he did the last game where he just smoked every layup he took.
See,
He was aggressive.
Here's what's killing me right now, because I don't like having to admit that Dylan of all people's right, but the every other game sloppiness is really starting to become like rather
It's been
apparent.
a thing. It's been a thing, though.
It's like I'm watching the game. I'm just like, God damn, fuck, man. Like,
There's a
come
reason
on.
I say
Like,
the things that I say.
It's like, clean this shit up, man. Like, this is just unusually sloppy at times. Like, again, Jaylen Brown, like 2 possessions in a row. Like, dog, come on, man.
Like,
The
I don't
drive,
say
the
these
drive
things
is the
just
drive
to
is the
say
double
things,
teams.
bro.
That's what
No.
got them.
Because here's the thing, they'll drive to the hoop. It'll be like a sloppy Giannis kind of drive, like, and then they'll dish it out, and either they get stripped or when they try to throw it out, they throw an errant pass. Like it's one of the two. Like, and it's like, oh my god, like what the fuck? And then in the fourth quarter, it was just alternating between Brown just being sloppy and Tatum airballing the ball, airballing like half his shots. Like,
He airballed twice. Stop.
it felt a lot more than 2 times, man.
I will agree that it did, but it was twice.
It was only twice.
Yeah, I kind of once, but then again, I probably missed the first one, but I caught the second one.
There was a 3 that was airball, and then there was a post fadeaway that was an airball.
Yeah, it was a post fadeaway that I saw.
I think the post fadeaway might have been tipped. I don't think that was an airball.
And those fucking free throws, dude. What the fuck was up with these motherfuckers and they free throws?
They were terrible. They were terrible.
Terrible.
So, I'm glad Mr. Riggs is here to say things.
Like, this isn't good. Like, fucking Curry had a horrible game, and then
he got lifted by everybody else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Draymond fouling out the game, and then you couldn't even capitalize that either.
It is
championship DNA.
It is championship DNA. I mean, at the end of the day, I did have Boston in 7, so it's
not
still
looking great.
No, it's still going according to plan.
Boston finally losing a back-to-back for the first time in this playoff run is not good. And now you have to go back home after losing 2 straight, 1 at home, and then you get embarrassed in Golden State because you played like shit. They started to look gassed tonight. This is the first time I've seen these guys start to look.
Tatum and Brown didn't rest in the fourth quarter. They played the whole fourth quarter.
Played the whole second half. They didn't.
Well, they played the whole second half.
But again, they've also this is their now at this point this is their 4th straight 6-game series.
Yeah.
That's tough. Or
that's
third
mental. That's mental. That's physical.
And that's their fucking problem, though.
Exactly.
That's their fucking problem, because you look at a lot of the Celtic losses was sloppy. Like, they could have closed out half their series in like 5-6 games instead of the 6-7.
If Tatum and Brown could put games together like consistently, if they don't turn over the ball 15 plus times, and if they make their free throws, like me and Anthony were arguing in the group chat because he was saying rigged, but I'm like, there's nothing rigged about this game. This is just a terrible Boston late game.
Well,
Boston won the rebound battle. Boston won the foul battle. Boston won the free throw battle. Boston shot better from 3, but they turned over the ball a million times and didn't hit their free throws.
Listen.
Well, some of them calls weren't helping them out either. Like,
they shot like 28 free throws today, Anthony.
But also some of them calls weren't good either, and some of the no calls weren't good either. Like when Klay Thompson shoves. Yeah, because you can't just go, oh, they had this much.
I agree with that no call. You don't call that.
So you agree with
that? That was a flop. You don't call that.
So what about Jordan Poole?
No, I think that foul was dumb. That foul, and then the technical happens, which Smart deserved, and then the refs were still mad at Smart, so they gave him what's called a fuck you foul, where it's just like, oh, you still want to keep doing this dumb shit? All right, bet. You want to keep yelling at us? All right, watch this. Offensive foul. Fuck you.
Oh, I get it. So this is exactly what happened with Rasheed Wallace.
It's a fuck you foul. That's what
Blackout, you're at work?
Yes, I am.
He's always here doing this shit at work.
Oh.
I'm the hardest working man in the podcast business, baby.
I was a little fucked up.
I'm dressed up like Stephen A. I'm dressed up in a suit, man. I came in prepared tonight.
I was like, where the hell are you? And like, where is the sunlight over here? Right?
Do you want to know something, Anthony?
What?
If Boston hits their free throws, they tie the game.
Listen.
By itself, with all that happened tonight, if they just make their free throws, the game is about to end in overtime.
This was a very disturbing Boston game. It was a very disturbing performance. Like, it was so many fucking errors. I lost count. Like, I literally lost count.
And here's the thing. If you're like me and you watch all of these Boston Celtics games, this is a normal game in the series. This happens in these series. Shouldn't happen this late.
No, I know that
in a game that could really fuck you up. This
is
usually like a game 2 or 3 game that they have.
I've been watching Boston too. I know they're mistake prone, but this is takes the cake, man. This one takes the cake.
I think it was the Miami series. They had a game like this where they had 18 turnovers.
I think this was a meltdown game. It really was.
I think Tatum's had 95 turnovers or something like that this postseason.
I think Tatum is on course to break the finals record for turnovers.
And they're fucking ripping Tatum to shreds online, which rightfully he deserves. He deserves every last
More people need to be ripping Jaylen Brown to shreds.
No, Tatum. Tatum deserves everything.
Tatum was the second best player on the court tonight.
No, he wasn't. Hell
no. But Dylan, here's the thing. Tatum is the face of the team.
He's the face of the team.
You're going to go after the face. For basically,
you're going to go after the face, but you need to.
This is literally his fault.
It's a team as a whole.
We do that all the time with LeBron James, right?
I don't.
I'm
always ripped the team guy, and I'm right now. I'm ripped the team guy.
That do the same thing that we do to Tatum or any other person or whatever star player, and do it to LeBron too. It's fact.
Let's be honest here. Tatum hasn't played well this whole series.
He's played well out of the last 3 games. He's played well. The rest of the team has not.
Tatum in the fourth quarter has not been good this whole series.
No, I will give you that. But
he's supposed to be the face. He's wearing the Kobe wristband. He's doing all this Kobe stuff.
Which he needs to stop that too.
That's why he's getting destroyed online because people are like, dude, stop mentioning Kobe.
So you're
embarrassing yourself.
I'm sorry, man, but I gotta agree with Eno on that one though. That whole the whole Kobe-esque thing and some shit like that. I'm like, bro, you're gonna get tortured because it's so that's why I said to myself, he doesn't win this championship, and then all this stuff about Kobe, and you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah. Forget it now.
This is 2 finals in a row. They're trying to compare people to Kobe, and it's ending up terribly for both of them.
And you know another thing, I'm not in love with the Brown and Tatum duo.
Wow! It's almost like I've been saying that they don't work well together all year, and y'all were fooled by a regular season and great team defense. Wow!
No, listen, it's not a regular season for me. I think it was just based on the chemistry between several people that had been on this team before and that came in during as they were doing their upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Because I had watched them from when they first came in all the way up to right here, right now, to this very day. Kyrie wasn't a good leader when I would say that at first. So that's when I knew that's not going to work out either. I mean, Isaiah Thomas, you wasn't going to pay him that max contract for him to stay. And then you did, and then you did that man dirty, by the way.
Yeah,
they did his sister issue and shit like that. Like, that's when I said, bro, you dropped the ball with him too.
The leader on the Boston Celtics was always Horford.
These two, and then they could have been a lot better than what the fuck that they are at right now.
The problem is the Celtics didn't fire Brad Stevens fast enough. I'm a firm believer of that.
No, you mean
I hate Danny Ainge. I think Danny Ainge is the most overrated front office person of all time.
We all said that we say, yo, bro, like he gotta drop this flag, man. Like it's kind of starting to be like, it's almost second to my stomach. And then the only trade that he did that was actually manufactured itself was actually the
Nets trade.
The big 3
so
trade.
He's got 2 trades.
For KG and Ray Allen.
Yeah, he's got the big 3 trade, and then he's got the unload everybody trade and get back all those. But up until Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum made the All-Star games, Danny Ainge has been the GM of the Boston Celtics for, I think, over 15 years at that point, and never drafted an All-Star. Up until Tatum and Brown both made their first All-Stars at the same time. Oh, we got a special one who's just arriving once his devices connect. But yeah,
Big Mike.
he spent all this time drafting guys and keeping Stevens in there, where I thought Stevens should have got fired the year Kyrie and Hayward got back, where they got smoked in the first round by the Bucks.
Nah.
That was the year he should have gotten fired, because he showed that he can't manage talent. So you let your young guys grew, right? But you couldn't control or lead a group of superstar level talents to mesh together, where they had so much more talent than that Bucks team did, and they got worked, absolutely worked. From Kyrie to Hayward to Tatum to Brown to Smart to Al Horford, you couldn't make it work. That's where Stevens should have been fired.
Well, technically, you got to really look at the whole dynamics of what the fuck was transpiring at that time.
And Terry Rozier was balling. And I think Terry Rozier stinks, but Terry Rozier was also balling. But everybody on that team had an ego, and he couldn't control it to get them to believe in the team as a whole the way Ime did. I think if Ime would have gotten a hold of this team while they were a little bit younger, we might be seeing something different.
Absolutely.
But
then,
ladies and gentlemen, Big Mike
type of characters around him and shit like that. So that's why I couldn't respect when Kyrie came into the fold, and then when Gordon Hayward came in, I was like, why do we have to pick him up for? Like, that means you have no ability to say, okay, we're gonna put our young guns into the fold right now instead of bringing in a veteran person in, which he can only do so much past the first fucking round. I was like, you spend that money on someone that is not able to give you that much performance.
The worst thing that happened to Boston was Gordon Hayward breaking his leg in the first game of the season, and then Hayward getting hurt.
Game
and then watching Irving get hurt.
I was watching that game. I was souped up happy and shit like that.
That was 5 minutes into the game.
I was like, ooh, nope, he's done.
That was 5 minutes into that game. That was tough.
Wasn't Wade still playing? Wasn't he on the Cavs?
Who? Wade?
Wade, yeah.
Yes. That was before Wade got there later in that season. Wade wasn't on that team then. He was in Chicago.
Yeah.
He went to Cleveland. He got waived by Chicago and then picked up by Cavs.
He signed with them for like a 2-year contract.
Oh yeah,
he got waived by Chicago and then we got picked up by LeBron in the mid-season.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kyrie getting hurt along with Hayward getting hurt was the worst thing to happen, because that Celtics team was on a roll when Kyrie was there, and then that let Tatum and Brown get confidence and get really good, and they didn't get to learn how to be like superstars together on a team, and they developed egos. Which, if in another world where that full team gets to play together, they're probably the NBA championship at one point, because they were so close without it. They were so goddamn close without it.
I know.
And then the next year, everybody just had egos, and it was like, yep, get everybody gone. And then Brad Stevens should have gotten fired.
Hey, man, that sounded like the Lakers to me at one point.
Yeah. But Danny Ainge is a bum, and is an overrated bum.
Hey, he only did one good thing, and then that was it. And
if he wasn't fleecing teams, he was not doing anything. He was trying to fleece every team he traded with, and everybody was
at
like,
least
no.
At least he was better than that Rick Pitino guy, for crying out loud.
Pitino as a coach was terrible.
No, Pitino as a GM was even worse.
Yes.
He traded Chauncey fucking Billups, and then I said,
to be fair, Chauncey Billups didn't come into his own until 2003.
I was like, thank God that we got him for his ass later.
It took Chauncey a while to come into his own, so I can understand that trade.
But he expected him to be phenomenal within the first year. I'm like, bro, you can't pull the college ball thing here in the NBA. The true philosophy is not going to mesh well. It's not. And then you've seen that kind of transpired. I mean, even though I was like 7 years old when this shit happened, but
I mean, in the NBA, if you're a first round pick, they expect you to be really good. They expect you to be really good if you're a first round pick.
Shit, man. I remember when Reggie. I remember when Reggie Lewis's funeral. I remember when the day that Reggie Lewis died, and then they had his funeral like a week later, and they did display all over the fucking news. I couldn't even forget that. Unfortunate.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Michael.
Mike, you look like a straight dog out or some shit like that.
We got Anthony on a post game live, Michael.
I jump in and I'm looking at the comments.
Y'all got me for like 10 more minutes.
The first comment I see is rigged.
He has not come on here talking rigged. He's completely turned to 180.
Okay, because I just wanted to know how are we feeling? Blackheart, are you on life support? Are you all right?
Look at the face.
I did about 85,
I'm on
90
my
on the
business.
highway
Look at his
to get
face.
here.
Wait, whoa. You wasn't here when I first said all my shit earlier in this episode, so
Yeah, I missed it
you
all.
might need to rewind back the tape and play it. The same way how I did for Game 4. Then I had to hit y'all up and be like, "Yo, I know Dylan ain't talking shit over there."
I'm always talking shit, friend.
Hey, but I came at you 8 a.m. I came at you 8 a.m. that morning in the video clip. I know that you ain't talking shit, bro. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm wide the fuck away, nigga. Like, don't get me started.
So
you missed.
But nonetheless,
I missed.
I am perfectly fine. I said this was going to go to a Game 7 situation because I felt like this whole thing right here is going to be because of the rating situation, and then you're going to want a decisive winner on Father's Day. Didn't I? I said this shit earlier.
French.
No,
French.
right now. No,
French with the snipe
your
shot.
team, wait, Poppy, wait, Frenchie, your team's in Cancun right now. You should have no right to talk to me right now.
He's saying y'all they saved your seats.
Well, save our seats on Father's Day, okay? I'd rather go at that time period.
Hey man, that's all for me. I don't believe in that shit.
This man really said, "Boston fucking Firo, you piece of shit." No, this thing. No, listen to me. This is gold. This is the navy blue. This is the navy blue, and this is the sky blue. How the fuck am I dressed up for a fucking Firo, you dumbass?
All right.
That's black and white colors.
So I don't believe in this. The NBA is going to push this to 7.
So tell Frenchie to step up his suit game and his color wheel game because he not know his colors.
We talking suit game?
Bang!
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
So what's going? So like I said, I was flying on the highway to get here.
Oh no! You get pulled over either?
Nope.
Driving while blocked?
Nope.
Stupid.
I listened to.
If he was his ass to get home, I'm surprised that he didn't get pulled over. Especially wearing a fucking do-rag and all type of shit.
I listened from about the middle of the third quarter on. So from my perspective, it sounded like Andrew Wiggins fucked Boston up. That's what it sounded like on the radio.
He definitely did.
I heard Clay get hot for a minute.
Clay was
Marcus Smart just
Clay had the best game of the
mind.
series for him today.
And Marcus
What
Smart just
talking
lost
about? He
his
dropped
mind
like 25 the other game.
No, he didn't.
What are you talking about?
No, he had 20 something. I don't know.
He had 21 tonight.
Two straight double doubles though. I know they did point that out.
No, I'm talking about game 3.
Wow,
that was Clay's best
Anthony
game.
is mighty quiet on the part as always. That's fucked up.
Damn.
Where is Anthony
him.
at? What is Anthony at, bro? Where is he?
Breezy sending shots. Twitter fingers.
I haven't seen Anthony since game 2, bro. We're 3 games late.
Well, he's here. So.
Damn.
He's here.
So
what is it? Clay had what 18 last game.
Yo, man, you're about to make me into a regular.
Game 3 was his best game.
All right.
Clay shot 21 on 50% tonight.
Yeah, but he also dropped 25 in game 3. Like he was like literally.
I think he's like this is setting up his game 6.
Game 6 Clay.
This is setting up his game 6.
I'm saying, listen, I'm truly believing this is gonna be a game 7 Clay. For some weird reason, it's going to be 1 game off. You're going to win it big time in your back.
His whole career at this point is game 6s.
Listen, Blackheart, you got your pride on the line, and I got a $50 bill, man.
And you got a really, really expensive medium rare steak, too.
Wait. Come on. He said my pride is on the line?
Yeah, he said your pride, and he's got $50 and a really expensive medium rare steak.
First off, his pride is only worth $50 fucking dollars. My pride is worth $50. What you talking about, bro?
Anthony's about to be like a big loser here. If Boston loses, he's about to be a big loser.
Like, you put your pride for $50? Wow, man, you're shallow.
Yeah, Anthony's about to be a massive loser.
Listen, win or lose, I really don't give a shit. As long as my team made it to the finals, we got ahead before 32 others. 30 other teams. I really don't care. at this fucking point. Certain people didn't even bother to even make it to the fucking play-in. Just saying. Versus Game 6, Horford. Oh no! Listen,
It's a Game 6 player versus
Horford
Game 6.
goes off in Game 6, and somebody he is the leading scorer. I'd be devastated. I'd be devastated because that would really mean you're asking Tatum and Brown to say, "Yo, for one fucking game, can we at least try to make this shit work in Game 7 in their backyard?" And you know, Jaylen Brown grew up in SoCal and shit like that, so you know it's gonna be some significant meaning behind that shit either. So you know he's gonna try to do some extra shit.
My God.
I mean,
I had no
there
idea.
tonight, and he didn't play great.
But Game 6 Horford though, no way.
It's a Game 6.
Oh my God.
Is that even
You're
a
asking
thing?
for way too much.
I think it was that was the Horford Giannis game. I think it was Game 5.
Yeah, that was Game 5. Yeah.
I know Game 6 was the Tatum game because Tatum scored like 45.
And then
brought
Game
it back
7
home.
was.
That was the Grant Williams game.
Yep.
Where Grant went fucking nuclear.
And he never went nuclear ever the fuck again.
Nope, he became kind of unplayable.
He has not. No,
Nope.
he has not.
I'm gonna be sweating until Thursday, and I'm telling you, if the Celtics win Game 6, I'm gonna be really sweating, like for Game 7. Like,
in a perfect world, you have to sit here on the pod holding a $50 bill up for Roz while cutting into a steak.
Ah.
A nice, and you said like a big 22-ounce steak too. So
no, I said for you. I said for you.
For you too, sir.
Huh?
For you too, sir.
That wasn't discussed.
That was the deal. That's for me.
It
Is
was for you.
You can deny all you want, Anthony. It's on.
No, not denying. Dylan knows he's right. I never discussed that. I said it only for you, Dylan.
You didn't say only for me.
Yeah, I did. Actually.
No, you didn't.
You
didn't say the word.
You can go back to the pod.
I edit the pods, Anthony.
Then go back to it.
Why'd you edit the pod, bro?
I edit the pod.
Yeah, why'd you edit it?
Why do I edit it?
Yes.
Why does you edit it?
To make sure that the music leads in and that there's no stupid like little audio miscues that cut in or cut out.
What do you mean? This is a TV show.
I don't edit things out.
Mike, chill.
I don't edit things out.
I run my operation over the other studio, so let's not go there with that one either.
Exactly.
I don't edit things out. I edit things in.
So I should be seeing some clips of some air ball.
I ain't never had that much fun at work, man.
Basketball clips come from out of nowhere, air ball.
Yeah, no, I edit things in. I don't edit things out.
I don't know about that.
So I clean up audio. I add audio clips, and then I add like images and stuff to it that look a little bit cleaner than when you do it in StreamYard.
This is why you come prepared. You gotta have the clips already on dashboards like I do.
Well, that's why you do. It's smoother.
I know. I get that.
It's smoother. That's why I do it. It's an easier listening and watching experience.
Nah, for real. That used to be me. In season 4, when I was doing it, everything from Power Director, I would be editing those shorts from there, and then I would re-upload to YouTube later.
Yeah, I do it all on Premiere the second like we end. Mm-hmm. There's a method to the madness.
Did we make predictions? Because I just want to point out. That I have literally gotten every single game of this
Big Mike.
Correct.
You're not a thug.
Hey, Mike, me too.
Big Mike.
Every single game.
Mafia, man. Take off that do-rag.
Well, I mean, you should be happy because.
What you mean? I should be happy?
Because I'm picking Boston to win Game 6.
Actually, no, I got game 1 wrong.
I don't give a shit about your picks. I said take off that do-rag, man. You ain't no thug. You're not
man.
Take off that do-rag.
This adds to the image right now.
Yo, take that
traveling.
Shit off.
I'm a man of many miles.
I can't imagine this man everywhere a fucking do-rag. Every time I see his shit will always have a low cut. His shit would be buzzed up like a fucking kid and play haircut. And that's it. And then he tried to do his little twisties and shit. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You look like a fucking
gotta keep it fresh.
We've got Durag Mike. We got Heineken Roz.
I'm an attention fiend
no.
coming from the man that's on the show that's not on the show throwing in comments. Wiggins
You know what?
six.
So Instagram chat was bugging, so like things were taking a while to send. So I sent everybody the links individually, and James goes, "No, LOL."
Yo.
And I'm like, I respect it.
He's
Flat
like,
out.
no, LOL.
Just no.
Like, flat. Oh my god. Wiggins is 6. I mean, there's a strong possibility because the way that he played. I think they have a formula
Wiggins is
for him.
hooping. I think Wiggins figured it out.
And this is
I
what
think
I'm saying.
Yeah, game
But
4.
I'm thinking
where he
Wiggins
got
could
the
go off
16
at 7, but
rebounds.
could go off at 6. But does that take away from Clay? I mean, on the Clay Thompson game, on game 6 game?
Probably.
Yes. Because if
fine
that
with me.
does, I'm telling you, then the same. Then that Clay 6 game is going to be a Clay Thompson game 7 game. That's the way.
So I was listening to Draymond's pod on Saturday. Listening to what he said about being benched and all that stuff, and Andrew Wiggins and his performance. They sat down. It was him. It was Steph, and Wiggins was getting ready to get out of the shower. And they're like, "Hey, you had a career high 16 rebounds tonight. That's awesome." And they're like, "You know what your career high before was?" And they're like, "What?" They're like 9. And Steph and Draymond start laughing at him. And they're like, "That's super pathetic. You can't be doing that shit." So then he follows it up with another like 13 rebound game. And if Wiggins is out there killing rebounds, they may have found. No, he had 13.
Oh, I counted 12. Sorry.
Yeah, 13. If he can be there killing rebounds, they might have figured out like the method. The series. Oh boy, everybody disconnected there. But yeah, if they can rebound, if Wiggins keeps cleaning up this glass, they may have found the secret ingredient into closing the series out.
Yeah, but the role players need to play better too. I mean, Brown and White, those are 2 key players. They didn't have a good game today.
Well, here's the thing: White doesn't normally like kill it. Like, granted, 1 point is terrible, but he's good for like 8 to 11, like on average. He's not going to always explode for 18 to 21.
Well, they could have used at least 12 from the motherfucker. And Brown,
he barely does that. And Jaylen Brown should have had 25 tonight.
Yeah,
did he
should
well?
have. No, he did not.
Hell no, he played terrible.
Well?
No,
he did not.
Terrible.
So let's keep adding to the Dylan legend of saying Jaylen Brown plays well every other game.
And if it wasn't for Tatum's just catastrophe today, like more people would be looking at Brown. Like
they were talking a lot on the radio about the Celtics missing a lot of free throws.
They missed a lot
10 free
of
throws, Mike.
A lot.
Third quarter.
So let me tell you the story of this game.
Tatum was breaking free throws left and right. Like it was crazy.
Celtics won the rebound game. Celtics won the foul game.
They missed a few free throws too. Like
they won rebounds, they won fouls, they won free throws.
They were trying to give us the opportunity to try to extend that lead, and we didn't answer the bell. And then when
they led in 3-point percentage.
It was done and over with. It was like,
they missed 10 free throws.
No, we're not going to let them keep. Say like they're not going to keep extending them like that. And then Wiggins just went off too.
No, yeah, the refs let Boston get back into the game, and Boston just couldn't take it. They just couldn't take the game that was like being handed to them. Like, you cannot miss 10 free throws.
So which means
they lost by 10 points, Mike. They lost by 10 points, and they missed 10 free throws. They won rebounds, they won free throw attempts, they won fouls, they won 3-point percentage, they won everything you needed to win, but they couldn't hold on to the ball, and they couldn't make their free throws.
And turnover.
Doris Burke gave a stat after the Celtics made turnover 16 that when the Celtics have 16 or more turnovers, they are 1-7 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That is true.
I was like, woo! That is not a good stat.
They're giving the game away, and tonight was Boston's first back-to-back loss of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have to go back to TD a little hurt.
They're hurt.
So what are the Game 6 predictions here?
I called for Warriors in 6. So
Dylan's on it.
I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm going with Warriors.
Yeah, there's gonna be a blowout.
Stamp it.
I have to be consistent with how I call things. And this is nothing against Boston or the Boston fans. It's just I picked Warriors in 6, so I have to. I like the Celtics.
It's okay, Dylan. Just come in here. You just come a little subliminal at him. It's cool. It's cool.
I literally, after the Celtics beat us, I picked the Celtics in every single series because I believed in Ime as a coach. I still think Ime is one of the best coaches
sometimes
in the world.
don't get the job done their first year around, and usually it's the years afterwards with a little bit more experience. At least you've been to the dance. Now you know what the fuck it takes to get over there and to win.
The problem is the Eastern Conference next year is going to be very tough, and it's going to be hard for Boston to get back.
Hey, freak injuries, suspensions, and COVID can only be the 3 things that can stop a team.
Hey, man, or bad first round matchups.
That too.
Well, I got
Golden State in 7 is what I'm going for too, because I'm thinking listen, they would like to win on their home court. I can't see your NBA win. I mean, like, even though we had them things before, but it just don't feel right.
I don't believe in the they're going to force a game 7. I think if they're going to end the series, they're going to end the series.
Listen, and then the referees are in on this buy-in shit like that too, bro.
They tried to do it tonight.
Bro.
They tried to do it tonight and they couldn't do it.
Right,
if the refs are helping you,
right?
The team has to make shots.
Listen, man, we're trying to extend this joint. Like, we need you. Listen, we need that extra paycheck.
If the refs are out here doing what they did tonight, and Boston comes out again and doesn't hit their shots, it doesn't mean anything.
They need that extra check, bro.
And Boston needs to make shots and get stops.
Hey, listen, and what's it going to take for him to not actually get to the free throw line? Referee calls.
Hey, man,
I'm like, listen.
You give any other team 31 free throws with really good, on average, really good free throw shooters. They make it. They make those free throws.
Oh, good God.
He's stupid.
You give anybody but Milwaukee 31 straight free throws. They're making the majority of those free throws.
Give or take, depends on who goes to the line.
It's usually Giannis. So
but that's the thing. That's why I say it usually depends on who goes to the line.
And that's why I'm like, they're gonna make
the
majority.
If it's Middleton, Drew Holiday, shit like that, okay, fine. I'll take you on that bet. But when it comes to Antetokounmpo, you know how the crowd is. Bro.
Jason Tatum should have made his free throws tonight. Like,
with teammates.
He should have made his layup too.
But the thing is, everybody else made their free throws. And literally everybody else made their free throws but him. Horford shot 2 free throws, made 1.
I don't know.
Time Lord made 2 free throws. Smart went 3 for 4. Brown went 8 for 10. Grant went 1 for 1. Neesmith went 3 for 4. White went 1 for 2. Tatum goes 2 for 6. You can't go 33% from the line.
Not gonna cut it. I have Boston winning game 6 because I have Warriors in 7. So, I
got myself to 6.
Boston. I find it hard to believe Boston will lose 3 games in a row.
Hey man, we found it hard to believe.
I knew losing 2 was going to be hard. That's why I was nervous about tonight's game. But I don't know about them losing 3 in a row.
Man.
You was praying on this moment. You was praying on this moment so you can stick it right back at me when it comes to the podcast when we come back in July and shit.
I actually wanted this game to go for Golden State to stick it to Anthony.
Like, first of all, what happened to Your Knicks was nowhere even near this. Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, at the end of the day, this will be Golden State's final win tonight. Boston will be winning game 6 and 7. At the end of the day, Boston's going to come out.
Anthony?
I mean, again, I have
Blackheart shook. Blackheart shook. He's like, I don't want Anthony on my side.
No, because here's the thing, right? I have Boston in 7, but I actually had Boston winning game 5. Even before the series even started, I was like, they're going to win a pivotal game 5. They lost it. But at the end of the day...
Yes, French. 18 turnovers compared to Golden State 6. That tells you a damn story.
Carelessness.
Thank
Ime's
you.
not smacking dudes enough.
Tatum's gonna get his first ring.
Right. No.
Despite how
Everyone needs to get their ass whipped in the back.
despite how disappointed I've been with Tatum this Soul series, he will get his first ring. He will step
Are
it
you
up.
sure, even with like you've finally seen the inconsistencies that I see with
Well-
this team?
Well, goddamn it, Boston lost 2 games in a row for the first time this postseason. They can win 2 in a row. Okay.
I never said I've seen them win 2 in a row,
So,
but not coming off of back-to-back losses.
Hey, but this is the finals, though. Finals ball is different from regular basketball.
Boston
that's true.
is 0-0 off
go
of
into
back-to-back
the
losses in the
L.
playoffs.
Sometimes you got to play
0-0.
at the underdog and be like, yo, listen, man, like, we got to make an upset out of this thing.
Hey, if anybody can do it, Boston can do it, right? And I will not take anything away from it.
Listen, and that's a
But-
hard shit to ask, but I get it, though.
Boston's finally got their backs against the wall.
What?
For the first time in this playoffs, they really have like their backs against the wall.
They have their backs against the wall going to Miami.
I mean, when you play 2 game 7s, that's back against the wall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Not this early.
going to Miami.
But this
for
game
a big
6,
game 7,
they
that's-
have
for real,
to
but
win
this game
these
6
2
feels
games.
like a game 7 situation right now.
Wait,
They
but,
have to win these 2 games.
but this their third.
Listen, man, they have to treat game 6 as their game 7. Man, yo, we cannot lose this game.
Well, obviously.
Like that got to be your mentality. Play physicality. You have to do what got you to the dance.
Bro, they have to do everything. they have to
They
do
have
everything.
to make their free throws. They have to
Yeah,
go
man,
over
they
the
gotta
ball.
come out
They
playing
have
Superman.
to hope
Everyone has
Andrew
to do
Wiggins doesn't
Superman.
clean up on boards
Because
like he's been doing.
I mean, losing the big game is, it sucks no matter what way you put it, but it's a different kind of sting when they win it on your home floor. So you don't want that shit happening. So
Like it's one thing for me to be like, yo, I think Boston should be more aggressive.
There's plenty of
But
times that happened, though.
if they're gonna miss their free throws, they don't need to be aggressive. They need to just take more threes because that's what was working.
Speaking of work, I gotta leave y'all brothers. I gotta be up early.
Thank
No,
you
you
for
ain't.
hopping in, Anthony.
All right.
All right.
He
Take it
made the time to come on the joint and all that. He must have just stay up and wrap this whole shit up, but it's okay.
Well, I think we're close to that wrap-up time anyway. Unless Mike, you have
Mike,
anything
take
you'd
off
like
that
to add?
goddamn do-rag, man. You're not
Nope.
fucking DJ Paul. Stop it.
Nope. It'll be off for tomorrow's show, but it will not
Stop
come
it.
off tonight.
Stop
All right.
it.
All right,
Stop
Blackheart, you've got the one. Go ahead.
Don't ask me no questions. I tell you no lies. Celtics is 7. Don't be surprised.
Oh,
Fuck you, Mike. You fuck you, Mike. You ain't shit, bitch.
bars.
Bars, right? Yo, man. I can split too, just like this. I want the flamethrower hit you like a Charizard, bitch. All right, go ahead. Man. I'm done with that. All right, I'm done with that. But OTTR mob, July 29th, we're coming back. Big things. Taking back my title from Mike. Mike, you silly shit. Take off that do-rag, bro. You ain't no thug, B. Cut it out. Man. Stop it, man. Don't pull no DJ shit from Hustle on the floor, man. Just stop it. We don't need that. We don't need another movie like that. But, ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart here. Your boss on Big Val. Who else can do this double duty thing but me? Of course, not Dylan, of course, and not probably Mike to a certain extent, but me. And I'll probably be a regular. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on everything else. But till then, ladies and gentlemen, Game 6 Thursday in our backyard TD Garden. It's a do or die moment. You gotta fight out to the very end. Play physical ball. I don't give a shit. You guys try to throw motherfuckers on the fucking ground like Draymond Green. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, Draymond. And can see that in the crowd. Let's go.
That chant will definitely ring off.
Fuck you, Big Mike.
Just
Fuck
the hate.
you, Big Mike.
I do so much.
Fuck you, Big Mike.
So much hate. So much hate. But hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Twitch, YouTube, Amazon, Audible, all of it. Wherever you find us and listen to us, we appreciate it. Yeah, man. I was in South Carolina this morning. Flew in, touchdown, still made it here for y'all. I'm here. Warriors in 7, but I'll take 6.
All right. Underscore podcast Poppy underscore on all the social media platforms. Apparently Blackheart's the only one who does double duty. I literally am a father of 2, I coach a baseball team, go to work every day, come in, go to the gym, do all that stuff, and I sleep for 4 hours a night. So I also does this. So fuck you. Talking all that shit. Always a pleasure, Blackheart. Thank you for being on. As for the fellas, he's muted himself and he's talking. I don't know. I can't believe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look at him. He's mad. He's mad that he did it too.
There you go. I help you out there, brother. There you go.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Appreciate all of you guys. Blackheart. Until next time.
Dylan, I'm gonna find your address. I'm gonna come drive down in there. I'm gonna find your punk ass. Don't mute.
I'm not the one that muted you. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not Anthony. I do not dodge the smoke. Anthony has a smoke detector in his backpack that he carries around with him, and the second that it starts to go off, he walks in the other direction. That's Anthony. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised he came on tonight and wasn't talking crazy like he
what?
does.
Just get hit with the 2 shits in the toilet seat first. I'm done with the both of y'all.
On that note, guys, speak on a podcast, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you all. Until next time.